Hey YouTube, I'm going to be unboxing a new guitar today. This is about 20 years old. It's an early 2000s ESP LTD, their Les Paul style with the reduced cutaway horn and in a metallic gray. So I got this, picked this up on eBay, and very excited to get into it. It's actually been in my house a couple days, but we've been in the process of getting ready to move and so forth, and so I've been waiting and waiting. I finally got a few minutes. I'm going to open this thing up. I really want to see this. So stay tuned as we unbox this ESP LTD. Alright, so it looks like, I will give it a good going over, but it looks like it managed to make it in good shape. The packaging was not the greatest. It was just some of that butcher paper. I'm very meticulous when I pack guitars. You can check out my shipping and storing guitars video, but thankfully this seems to have made it in good shape. There's one bit of damage there. I'll have to check. There's one bit of damage. It might have been pre-existing. I have to check the ooh, that's a pretty that doesn't seem, I don't believe that was like that. So yeah, this is why I use bubble wrap. I do cellophane, then bubble wrap. Typically have either a bag or some kind of sleeve, and then the paper. And that, when I had the box, you could hear it thunk, thunk, thunk in the box. Having a bigger box doesn't actually make it safer. For guitars, you have to pack that material. You have to put a lot more material in there than a smaller. You notice manufacturer boxes are more like coffin shaped. They're trapezoidal, and that doesn't. It makes sure that the guitar is not doing this, because that's where most of the damage is going to come from. So looks like we do have some somewhat significant body damage that I don't believe was there in the listing. I will check just to be sure, but the body on this, very nice. Very, very nice. This was also listed as green, and I'm pretty sure it's more like a metallic gunmetal. I mean, it's, you know, it's not a straight silver, but luckily it looks like otherwise there's no significant damage. Oh yeah, and this is the EC-50. EC-50. And it's got a cool inlay right there to that effect on the 12. Very cool. Nice reinforced heel. Very nice. Looks like the headstock's in good shape. The main concern with it rattling around is neck damage. And it looks like at least they had enough paper in there that prevented any significant neck damage. The action's a little bit high. It looks like I can set it down a little bit lower. But, and not 100% on what's going on in terms of the pickups, whether they're original or whether they have been modified. Simply, these two are different screws, and they're different from the two that are on there. But and this is definitely crusty. This came out of a pawn shop, and I picked it up on eBay. And let's see, yeah, 04. So this is a 2004, and this is a made in Indonesia. I know that there were also some made in China. This is a made in Indonesia, so I'm going to guess probably Samick. It's got the nice modern contoured heel joint there. Very cool. And I think the silver really accentuates those carves very nicely. Really very shapely body. And you know, this damage is pretty significant, but you know, it's impressive that it's not worse. This might be original, because this looks like it's been scratched at, but this one, and I'll have to check. It might be, and it's fine either way. As long as damage doesn't affect the playability, then I mean, I will relic it. And you can see I've got video, I've got a how-to on relicking and kind of my philosophy on it. But very nice. Really love the ESP. This is my first ESP. and I've got an Indian Vena that is very much similar to the ESP in terms of the styling, the cutaway, and so forth, and it's excellent. Super fantastic guitar. I've been, with everything going on with the, you know, move and all that, I haven't been able to be doing as many videos, and so my queue's been kind of piling up, but I need to do a follow-up. That IYV ESP style is just fantastic. It is amazing guitar, and you know, and that one was less new than this one, 20 years old was. And this is a, you know, I got a good deal on this on eBay, but very, very cool guitar. And I've read about these, and you know, just kept my eye on them, but it was getting that IYV that really made me, I was like, I really would like to try the source material so I can have a fuller appreciation of the distinctions and similarities and how this compares to that and so forth. So I'm going to spend some time with it, and I will be back, and we'll talk about what I discover after I spend some time and get it tuned up and see how it's doing. So out of the gate, this thing is really nice playing. Now, some immediate points of interest as I'm getting it plugged in and warming it up. Initially, the pots were scratchy. I should have done this on camera, and these are some of the things I run through off camera. But if you have scratchy pots, especially on an older instrument, the first thing to do is just work the pot, just work it out. And a lot of times it'll just go away because it's just the brush has got a little bit of corrosion on them, and you just did it, and it cleans it up, and no problem. That's the first thing to do before you start trying to get in there and clean anything out in terms of, with a lot of times, just working it. So that's already been resolved, and for some reason the pickups were extremely low, so I've raised them so they're more sensitive, because they were very low. I don't know, maybe they, you know, really hammered on it very, very heavily, something like that. But I play with a more sensitivity. I play with the higher up. The switch, not getting any significant clicking or anything, so the switch is good as well. But this is definitely an issue here. You hear all that popping and crackling, and now you're getting some distortion feedback. So I'm going to swap in one of my multi-point contact pure tones. This is just, anytime there's an issue like that, I just go ahead and swap it out, because those pure tones with the multi-point contact, and they're not sponsoring me, they can send me money if they'd like, but this is a very nice playing instrument. And you know, other than, oh yeah, there we go, we got it in a really bad spot where it's getting some significant feedback. So that's an easy swap. Pop that out, couple clip, and solder in a new one, and we'll be good to go on that. But in terms of the playability and everything, very, very nice instrument. I can see why people like these so much. There is a little bit of damage on the fretboard here too, where it looks like it took a tumble, bang. And this is, a lot of ESPs, I believe, are set necks. This particular model is a bolt-on, and I for practical reasons, bolt-ons tend to be my preference, just for purely practical reasons. But like the IYV that's riffing off of the ESPs, that one's got a really, really nice sculpted set neck, and where it's a seamless contour, very, very nice. Now for a bolt-on, this is very, very nice in terms of comfort and getting up to those higher frets. And this is a 24. This is a full double octave 24 fret, and very, very cool. I really, the pewter, gunmetal, titanium, whatever they. It's really quite excellent, and it's going to take some cleaning up too. There's some bleh there, but initial impressions on this is that this is a really fantastic instrument.